Right. The session is already live. Very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashok Veda, and I have Kiran Patil today with me in a success story. Um, Kiran, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. So I have your details and other information. It would be nice if you could introduce yourself first. Um, your profile, your academic profile.
Yes,
Now we start with that. Please go ahead.
sure. So, basically, sir, I belong to the Dhule district of Maharashtra, and I completed my master's in pharmacology. So, basically, to say a completely non-technical background per se. So, thereafter, I joined Accenture as a pharmacovigilance associate,
Hmm.
and as I was also I had keen interest into the UPSC as well. So I started my preparation for the UPSC, and alongside I was also doing a job as associate professor as
Hmm.
a pharmacology for the pharmacology subject.
Okay.
And during the UPSC preparation, sir, as we know, the system as such is mired with the quota system, and number of applicants are getting increased per year by lakhs or something.
Hmm.
So I thought that whatever the knowledge that I have gathered, analytical thinking, I can better utilize in data science or data analytics field, because at that time, data science field was promising the brighter opportunities. So during that time also, I searched for the opportunity where I can complete a data science course. And at that time, I introduced with the DataMites as well. And there were other classes as well. But finally, I zeroed down on DataMites.
Okay.
Looking at all the credentials, the YouTube videos that I got after watching the successful stories. And so that's why I thought of joining DataMites.
Okay. Wonderful. So you joined in Pune branch, isn't it? Pune or Mumbai?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, Pune branch.
Pune branch. But now got placed into Lenden Club, Mumbai.
Yes,
Where
sir.
are where are
Yes.
you from? Are you from Pune or Mumbai? I mean, yeah.
So basically, I belong to the northernmost part of Maharashtra, Dhule district, which is abutted with the Gujarat and the MP border.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
for you, Mumbai or Pune are same.
Yeah, it was like a home place for me. Whether I'm in Pune or in Mumbai, it's like same thing for me. Like I spent my childhood in Mumbai, so it's what
Oh,
quite easy
okay.
for me to relocate
Okay.
there.
People who I know in Pune, they don't like to move to Mumbai. They say Mumbai is too fast and Pune is more relaxed. Is that true?
Yeah, sir. Actually, like if you say the weather-wise, there is a vast difference in Pune and Mumbai. Like Mumbai is like which is a very coastal area, we can say. So, temperature and humidity is like we can say like it is always on a high. And whereas if I compared with the Pune, Pune is like always here, like always a Haryali thing.
Okay. And
Yes.
also Mumbai people are always busy and Pune people are more relaxed, isn't it?
Yeah, sir. Yeah. Actually, the Pune life is like very cool life, and the Mumbai is like every time you will say, even at the 12 in the night, you will see the rush. Yeah,
Okay.
so that is what the difference is. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a large career gap, isn't it? From 2015 to almost
Yes.
2023
Yeah.
mid. So nearly 8 years you are preparing for UPSC.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So that would have given you a lot of knowledge. You couldn't crack that. So you decided to look for a corporate job, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So could you why you chose data science? Because there are a lot many fields. Because you're preparing for UPSC, there are all of lot of other government jobs and even groups available for you. You would have
Yeah.
easily cracked given that 8 years of preparation, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Right, sir.
Why chose data science?
Yeah, so during the preparation, a few things where that I realized was that UPC was taking so much of a time, sir, and the number of positions that were open each year for the that particularly I was looking for the IAS position, sir. So number of positions were getting decreased year by year, and the quota system is all over there.
Coming into picture. So,
Yeah, and on the other side, data science was also emerging as a opportunity which could really land you into the better place. So
okay.
at that time, I thought whatever the knowledge that I have gathered from the UPC, the analytical thinking that I have developed, so I can better utilize it in data science. So that is how I landed into the data science field, sir.
So let me back you with data, whatever you're saying. I have at least more than a dozen people who are IAS collectors, my classmates, my juniors from NIT Warangal. They're working all across India. My
Yes.
roommate was actually topper in IAS
Okay.
15 years ago,
Okay.
right? And let me tell you, they're jealous about me being a data scientist and working in corporate. So I would say, fortunately, you landed up into data science field,
Yes,
and
sir.
not just data science, any technology field, emerging fields will
Yes.
provide you much more flexibility. Okay, good. So again, another question. So you are right. You're working in pharmacology, right? I mean, you studied in pharmacology. You essentially worked in pharma field, and
Yes,
also
yes. Yes, sir. Pharmacovigilance associate as a.
you taught as a assistant professor, associate professor as
Yeah. Yes,
pharmacology.
sir.
Right now, the company you're joining, I just saw their profile. So they are into Lenden Club is into peer-to-peer lending. They claim that India's number one platform for P2P lending platform, right?
Yes, sir. Right, right.
So why not pharma? Why did you choose this? Is it the first come you take it up? What was the reason?
Actually, like I got the opportunities with other data science or data analyst companies as well.
Hmm.
But the profile that Lenden is offering, it is something that I completed my course in data science and internship as well, and it was very aligned with my current role or my current internship. So that's why the very naturally Lenden came to me. Like it occurred to me like it's the best profile. The company, which is currently it is into like peer-to-peer lending. We can say it's a fintech sector, so it is
Correct.
booming. Like if we say last decade, fintech industry has really emerged, like from very child to now it's had become almost like it's an adolescent. So I thought I can better seize this opportunity, and I'm happy that I've delivered. I made it into the Lenden.
Wonderful. So I can see the maturity of your UPSC preparation coming into your career decisions as well. You're right. Fintech is really an emerging field, and probably you'll be working for a good time in London. But irrespective of it, landing as a fintech data scientist is an amazing field. So it's a right decision, right?
Yes.
So okay, so let's come back to your the preparation of your data science, the journey of your data science.
Yes.
After you picked up a course with DataMites in Pune,
Yes.
so how was the journey? I mean, there are multiple areas within data science, statistics,
Yeah.
Python, machine
Yes.
learning. How did you feel each of these feels difficulty? I'm assuming that you don't have any programming background, do
Yeah.
you?
Yes. No, sir.
Okay, so please go ahead and share your experience.
Yeah. So basically, if I talk about the data science course and how I felt about it, it was really a journey worth taking. Like when I watched the videos of the data science and I watched the success stories, I got my first inspiration from there itself. I first saw that Python, the language, which is a very crucial language for data science and generative AI. So I got to know that it's an easy language compared to other languages. So one hurdle was like it got reduced there itself. And other like if I talk about the statistics, even in the pharma, we have statistics as a subject, which is a biostatistics. And if I talk about the machine learning, sir, like it will be new to each and every candidate. So when I got opportunity to interact with the ma'am, so it was very easy. Actually, I didn't find with machine learning that it is too difficult. Like it is more interactive. Like you need to try, do it, and it is like that only. It is not difficult, sir. I didn't find any difficulty in it. It is more of a practice part, sir.
Wonderful. Uh, so all the three areas, including Python, statistics, and machine learning, you find it easy. And I agree with you because it's more applied. You're not really worried about the mathematics parts, though you learn about it, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's not really something you needed for your job. It's more an applied field. If you
Yes.
have good analytical skills, business sense,
Yes.
getting a grasp of the other areas, including statistics. You had a bit of statistics in your education, I guess. So
Yes.
that's going to come into
Yes.
your help. Wonderful. So a bit of more details, Kiran, because people who are watching this session, a lot of people who are aspiring and many are already pursuing
Yes.
their training or finished and waiting for their jobs.
Yes.
So a bit of more detail, how many hours you studied each of this area, what kind of things you practiced will help.
Yes, sir. Sir, right after my classes, I used to stay in the library or in the class itself. I was studying roughly, say, 3 or 4 hours. And even during the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I used to practice like 4 or 5 hours, dedicated like 1 hour to Python, 1 hour to machine learning. That is how I practice it.
You mean the DataMites office, you mean?
Yes, yes, only because classes were not happening in the next batches, so I utilized that time.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, good. And how many hours totally, like on an average, you spend per day?
Per day, sir, anywhere around 4 hours, sir.
Apart from the 2 hours of classroom, two
Yeah,
and a
sir.
half.
4 or 5 hours. Yeah. Depending, someday I do like 2 hours, someday I will do like 5 hours. It's like that. But on an average, it were 4 hours.
Okay, good, good, good. And how many weeks it took for you to? A lot of people are worried about Python. I know many people who reach me who wanted to pursue this journey.
Yeah.
One of the frequently asked question is, I'm not from coding background. I don't know anything about coding, so I'm not sure, right?
Mm.
Could you share how difficult was Python? How long it took for you to learn Python, and what are the resources you touched?
Yeah, surely. So as I said, when I first uh, like I watched the videos, I got to know that Python is more of an English language. So when I first interacted with the language, like I really faced the difficulty, like say uh, for that 15 days, first 15 days or 20 days. But later on, as I practice, it became quite easy, sir.
Okay, so how many hours again? 3 to 4 hours a day. That's what you used to practice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. So could you walk us through your other journey in terms of after you finished your phase two, which is actually learning, and you went into projects, you would have done a project with a couple of your teammates. Could
Yeah,
you
yeah.
share? Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, it was like I'll say projects is something really very important because I think when you present your project to the probable employer, that is something where you can make your real impression. So during that time, I practiced a lot. I did all the projects myself, like single-handedly.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
because
did work with the team.
no, sir, I did myself only.
Okay. Hmm.
Because my thought were like, if I can do it on my own, I can better tell them or I can better answer their questions and I can better handle the data set as well in the company. So I thought that I better do it single-handedly. Yeah,
Okay.
I, like I chose the project which kind of were unique
Hmm.
for say flight price prediction because in earlier our classes we haven't had such kind of a projects. Okay, so they were more heavily tilted towards the health data.
Hmm.
So I better thought of skipping those health data and pick up like walk and run classification, which utilize the LSTM, which is a RNN based algorithm,
Hmm.
flight price prediction, like even the rice image classification.
Hmm.
In the final project itself, I chose a banking kind of a project. So they like the last one, banking creditworthiness project and the loan approval project. They really helped me in landing a job at the Lenden, sir.
Oh, sorry, there seems to be a glitch, internet issue.
Yeah.
So you're telling about you have your projects, including the banking project is the last one I heard. Please
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so creditworthiness project was there, which was I think it was the last project. So I completed that, and I also during my classes I completed loan approval project. So these two projects helped me in I think helped me in landing job at the Lenden, sir.
Okay,
Because
they're very relevant to the
yeah,
fintech process. Right?
yeah,
So okay, wonderful. Um, so Kiran,
yes,
after your project's completion, did you finish your IABAC exams and all of that is done?
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. So you got the certifications and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Uh, how was your placement team assistant? So how many jobs you attended, interviews you attended? Could you just share those
Yeah.
experiences?
Sure, surely, sir. Sir, I will say, like, even before joining, I was very cautious. Like everyone do say ki we will provide a job assistance. Some do say we will provide the job guarantee and all those things. So I was quite cautious, but that everything like got solved when I got the many opportunities for the interview and So it was fantastic. My experience with the placement assistance things is really great. Uh, if I talk about, I got the opportunity for Director Technologies. I reached their final interview as well, which was the fifth round. Uh, uh, Somehow I couldn't make it in the fifth round. So later on, I also got the opportunity with Globalsoft for data scientist role in Bangalore. There also, I got to know that four candidates were selected by them, and I was one of them. But finally, none of we were selected, not even the Director Technologies and not in this company, Globalsoft as well. So finally, I came to know about the Lenden.com. I just applied and somehow like I cleared their technical round and the managerial round, sir, as well.
Okay, all of these are provided by DataMites placement team, right?
Yes. And I'm very thankful for them. Like,
Oh, wonderful. I'm very glad that they're doing a great job.
yes.
Okay. So apart from this, have you also applied by your own? Anything else you tried outside? Did
Yeah.
it work? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Primarily, I heavily tilted towards the LinkedIn because I made numerous contact. Like if I say, if a candidate make like 2000 plus contact, then it becomes very easy for her or him to reach out to the people and ask for referral and all those things. So I tried my hand. I had my hand at that also. Somehow I able to gather the referrals also, but my profile was not getting selected. I think probably it's might because of my non-technical, purely non-technical background. So that might be the reason. And they were also asking for the experience also, but I didn't have that much experience, like 2 or 3 years. But somehow they provided. I also attended one walk-in interview in Pune itself, but that too was for freshers. But I still attempted it in a for say like if I can get any valuable experience, any notes.
Correct. So you can learn from it.
Yeah.
Well, the reason you may not be, you may not, you didn't get any call from LinkedIn is not because of your profile or whatever other reasons you
Yeah.
mentioned. It's because we know that because I hired from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I think a few months ago we posted for a ML engineer as well,
Yeah.
and then we get 8-9 thousand profiles for it.
Yes, sir.
The first day you get about 3,000, 4,000 profiles. The
Yes.
market is flooded, and mostly not everyone is qualified. But for us to filter it, we use AI algorithms to filter it. Of course, we are an AI company.
Mhm.
But in spite of all of that, it's a very probable that we could not find. I mean, many right candidates would have been missed. So that is kind of like a
Yeah.
70% weightage, I would say. I mean, that's one of the key reasons why most of the eligible people don't get a call, because the market is flooded with profiles.
Yes,
The
sir.
way data mites could do is that we have built a reputation, because you would have known we have the mock interviews. You should clear the mock interviews. You have to
Yes.
complete the projects. You have to get, first of all, filtered by the internal team. Then
Yes.
we send it to the our network of companies. So
Yes.
by doing this, employers believe us better, because whoever we send, they're definitely above the average, and then it's up to them to take further interviews and see whether they fit to the particular job description, right?
Yes.
So that could be the reason. Okay, I think we have got all the information. I'm happy that you have a job near to your hometown. You
Thank
can
you.
travel. How long your hometown is from Mumbai right now?
It's 350 kilometers, sir.
Oh, okay. Maharashtra is a very
Yes.
big state, isn't it?
Yes.
350 is not near, so it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
How do you travel?
By bus, sir. Like the
Public
connectivity good, like by train or by bus also.
transport. Okay. Kiran,
Yes.
any other material you studied? I'm sure you got the DataMites hard copy books, the
Yeah.
textbooks and other
Yes.
things. I'm sure you would have gone through it. Any
Yes.
other material you have studied which you could share to the people who are watching? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir. So I heavily use Chat GPT, sir. For present, I heavily use. Apart from that, sir, I also use some of the articles like from the Analytics Vidya. They were really good. Like they help you understand the story, what is behind the story behind that algorithm or for
Mm,
that particular project is like. So I used to go through the Analytical Vidya's some of blogs also
mm.
and ChatGPT. These are the two sources. Even I watch videos, but they were like very scattered, like one or two videos. Like the way I do study is like I need to first read the things, take the things from various articles, and then I make my own notes. This is how I study, sir.
Wonderful. I think you have a very good analysis of, because I know a lot of people study many other sources as well,
Yeah.
and what the sources you mentioned are really precise. Even today, I use ChatGPT for my own updation. If there is a new thing coming in the market, I'm
Yes.
using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not just for beginners; it's for all the levels. You could see that a very senior scientist use ChatGPT to revise a topic or enhance their existing
Yes.
knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also pinged your answer of Analytics Vidya. Analytics Vidya also have a blogs which are very detailed. If you want
Yes.
to learn an algorithm, they
Yes.
have mentioned it in a simple manner. Very good. Okay. I already have 5 questions.
Yeah.
So let's open to the Q&A section then.
Yes.
Everyone online, please go ahead and you can put your questions on the Q&A section. You can also put it in the chat box. I'll pick it up from there. This session is streamed both in YouTube and LinkedIn, I guess. So, DataMites team, if there are any comments or questions coming from these channels, I request you to copy paste back over here so that we can take it up. Okay. All right. So I have a first question from Jessica. What soft skills do you develop during your training, and how they have contributed to your success as a data scientist? So her question is more on soft skills. I think you being a UPSC, your soft skills would have been already on to a level it required. Please go ahead, answer.
Yeah. So I think, sir, the role is more toward the hard skill, like your technical skills are more important. And side by, you need to prepare for your skills as well. Because if I say the role of the soft skills in director technologies where I was interviewed, they were heavily focusing on your language skills, sir, because the role or the client was from the US and UK. So it was heavily treated towards your communication. And post which, if you made it into that round, then you will be then you will be given the technical round. So it is how their thing is. And so yes, soft skill is really important. Like particularly if you are preparing for the data analytics. So I think the soft skills are important.
Okay, I agree. And a very good answer. Moving on to the next one. I want to know about the training part at DataMites. Could you tell me that? I think we have done that. Maybe one more sentence, Kiran. Training part of DataMites.
Yes, training part, if I say it is comprehensive, uh, like you will not lose any point or any topic which is relevant to the industry, like the Python, which is very much important language. It is covered. Machine learning, statistics, SQL, AWS, like everything that is needed for the industry, everything is covered.
Okay, wonderful. So just to add to it, DataMites syllabus are like we updated every quarter in line with IABAC European body and as well as NASCOM. There is a continuous audit by these organizations to align with the industry standards. It's also required for our licensing renewal annually, right? So that is one part we do it. And second, we also get a lot of feedback from the candidates going for placement. The placement team does a really good job. Success rate is, let's say, around 30% is what I could say within 2 3 months, which is a real data, can be checked anywhere, which means a lot of people get rejected. So at least for everyone selected, 4 people, 5 people get rejected. Of course, they'll attend again. But we have a lot of data from the people who got rejected, why they got rejected, which areas was not really covered or not maybe emphasized enough. So what we do, we take that input on a quarterly basis. We'll try to act. For example, the next batches happening in DataMites have a Gen AI included. The people who are already completed, they'll get information for bonus classes. They can even attend after joining in a company, because we don't consider our relation as a transactional. It's more a long-term relationship. Even if you're working in a company, you want to update one of the skills. If you're conducting any webinars or bonus sessions, you will get information. So we keep on updating the syllabus. So if you just follow the syllabus, because that's a lot of, it's a huge team, content team working on it, working with the global bodies as well as the feedbacks from the industry, interview feedbacks from the candidates and employers. So you don't have to redo this work. Following the DataMite syllabus, it's good enough. And then it's more about what Kiran said, it's more about dedication. If you could take 3 to 4 hours apart from the training and you diligently do it, believe in the topics, believe in yourself, and you would definitely cross the bar and you get a good job. Right. So I have one more question. Which tools or programming languages listed on your resume do you feel confident in and why? It's a very generic question. Go ahead, Kiran.
Yeah, so it's those are tools only like Python, SQL, because be it data analytics or be it data science, you will require to be qualified with the both languages, SQL, Python.
Okay, wonderful. So the next question is from Fred. Roughly, how long did you take to study Python and ML? I asked this question. Maybe you can repeat that. How long you took to study Python and ML? This is from Fred.
So even like both languages, if you first 50 or 20 days, you will surely find it a bit difficult. But as you practice along, you will definitely master it. Like if you complete a one project, you will definitely get idea about the ML part. And if I talk about the Python, just practice with the without using the inbuilt functions, like if, you can practice the palindrome numbers, the prime numbers, the vowels and the consonants. You can practice like that, and it will become very easy for you. You need to develop and apply the logic. This is how Python will become easy for you. And ML practice is all about the doing projects. The more projects you do, the more understanding you will get about the ML thing.
I agree with him. So to give a timeline, about 4 weeks to 5 weeks is the average timeline. Many students say that they become comfortable with Python. And as Kiran said, if you practice simple logics, right? There are lots of small logics applications in Python that will help you to become more familiar. Will be more easy. You feel native when writing Python code. You don't feel like searching here and there. You will be able to write it. Good. And of course, practice 4 hours to 5 hours practice a day for 4 weeks, which is a month. You should be good enough for with the Python. Okay, so I have a question from Jitendra Kadlag. So the question is, despite the technical background, is there any difficulty have you faced to got shortlisted by leading industries? So because you are non-technical, did you face any difficulty is the question.
Like few startups are like they focus if you are from a software background, like a computer background, IT background. But I can definitely tell you, like even if you see the openings from the Amazon and from the Google, you will find that they explicitly tell you that any graduate are like welcome in their ML engineering role. So it is not a concern that if you are from non-technical background, is not an issue for anybody.
Yeah, so I can double that. Essentially, the market is not looking for developers, data scientists, or ML engineers, or a different kind of profession. If you have a technical background, you might be little. It might be helping you in the learning phase because you know Python. You can adapt Python easily. But that's really not something which employers are now checking. So non-technical background or technical background has no consequence. I can also share you one more stat. 70% of the people who are successfully transitioning to data science, not just through DataMites, we have our own statistics also reflecting the same, but also industry in general. So 70% of the people who are actually becoming data scientists are non-technical. So you're majority. All right. I have a question from Francis Naliayan. Yeah. Where can a newbie learn DAX? DAX is a expression language which is typically used in Power BI. There are a lot many. I mean, just Google for it. There are even Udemy courses you can learn DAX. Francis, okay. Question from Abraham Sakwat. How can a data scientist change the business world? It's like a philosophical question, isn't it?
Yes.
You can maybe try
uh,
change the business world, right?
Definitely, you can like earlier we don't have capacity to store the data, but currently the we see we have the capacity to store the data, and we have the complex system like machine learning and the JI to process the data. And if you see around, you will surely see those changes happening.
Okay. So let me give a philosophical answer in addition to what Kiran has told. Your ultimate goal is, any technology, any evolution you're talking about is to, solve the world hunger, have everyone have food and shelter and safety. That's the ultimate goal of humanity. We are still pretty long from there, right?
Yes.
And most of this will happen because of the entrepreneurs and business, right? So business is the one which makes the economy stable. That's something which is given. How can a data science change business world? In fact, you are asking how can data science can change humanity, make it better? Well, definitely it can help you, because the goal of data science is to make sense of the data, and that will help you to make a better decisions, data-driven decisions, right? So the decisions are not taken by someone's gut feeling or so-called, their opinions and stuff, but the decisions, all kinds of decisions, even going for a war, for example, it's a data-driven decision. Stopping a war, or laying off people, every big thing which affects people heavily, all are now data-driven decisions, right? Which is essentially helping the companies to survive, grow better, which will provide more jobs, more sustainable jobs, better future. So data science, in a simple way, helping everyone, including the business world, to make proper decisions. And that's definitely changing our world. Okay. I do have a lot of questions over here. I have, so I'll try to pick up questions now. Did placement team help you in resume building process, Kiran?
Yes, yes, definitely. They help me in the resume building it also.
There's a standard process in placements team.
Yeah.
So once you finish the phase two, they'll take you the resume building and then further process, walk into scheduling, revisions as needed. This is all pretty much standardized process.
Yes.
I have a question from YouTube from Suman Garg. Hi, sir. Right now we are going with the advanced data science in class. So this person is actually a DataMites candidate. Which book you prefer for advanced data science? I'll stick to data science, DataMites book. And it's not about the book. Let me tell you, most books are getting outdated. Books,
Yeah.
the life cycle of books is like when you print it to get published, and then it gets popular in 6 months, and then you sell it, right? If you look at the data science as a field, 6 months to 1 year is already a phase where things get outdated. So you
Yes.
won't find a popular book which you can read in data science. I would I would say take something from Kiran, work with ChatGPT. So that is the best way you can get a very relevant information. So the topics you can get it from any book or even DataMite syllabus, and we have anyway good content. But you can pick up the topics, work with ChatGPT, ask to explain it, ask it to challenge it, ask it to give an assessment or a project. You reply back and ask ChatGPT to evaluate your reply. That is the most interactive book you could get. Okay, Suman. Another question from Silpa Narayan from YouTube as well. How proficient should you be in mathematics and statistics? Kiran, I'll leave it to you.
Yes, sir. So, statistics is a relevant for your like data science. And if I say about the mathematics, it's not very much that mathematical proficient you should be for getting into the data science. Like you are not building the model from the scratch. So I don't think math is that relevant as the statistics is, because you need to see the I'll say distribution. You need to check the outliers and with the Z score, with the help of Z score and all those things. So statistics is essential thing, and you need not to master the whole statistics, only the part which is relevant to your data science.
Precise answer. Thank you, Kiran.
Yes.
Um, Being a PhD scholar, I can tell you statistics is the ocean. I mean, you can study for 5 to 10 years if you
Yes.
want. What you really need in data science is a small subset of it, essentially to work with the data, right?
Yes.
So that's what statistics is.
Yes.
Mathematics, like 7 years ago, even in data mites, we used to teach people integration. We used to teach people derivation, and then we used to actually prove the equations of support vector machine, this, that, all of that, logistic regression. I remember I was deriving this logistic regression, the sigma many times.
Okay.
But if you look at the last 4 or 5 years, mathematics has become abstract. You really don't have to really touch mathematics. For that matter, the new data scientists or AI engineers don't even know the mathematics behind logistic regression. And even people are not worried about asking in interviews as well. It become completely abstracted. So what Kiran says is right. As on today, mathematics is not really, I mean, you don't have to really worry about it, right? It got abstracted. It's important, but you don't have to worry about it. It has been already abstracted, and you use a high level algorithms. Very good. And one question from Silpa. Um, okay, there's some two Silpa, one from YouTube, other one who is actually in this call. How proficient should you be in mathematics? Same thing. The same person has asked in YouTube as well. Okay. So, all right. Now I have four questions here in the Q&A section. What are the projects you have done in internship period? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Kiran.
Yeah. So I did a project which was related to the banking, a credit worthiness project, a loan approval project, a flight price prediction project, walk and run classification using the LSTM. So these are the kind of the project, and even the rice image classification uses the deep learning. So these are the 5, 6 projects that I did.
Okay. Will DataMites certificate help to get a work in Rubik's? I can answer it. I'm a founder of one CEO of Rubik's, right? I can proudly say 50% of my colleagues who work in large scale projects across Fortune 100 companies are from DataMites. In fact, I got more, attached to DataMites because most of the people who are working, my colleagues are actually from more than 50%. 60% of the people who work with me in Rubik's are from DataMites. So yes, of course, it's not the certification of DataMites which is to get your job. And for that matter, no certification will get you a job. Well, certification will get you an attention for sure because it enhances your profile, but it won't get a job. So please don't think that certifications are getting you a job. Your skill will get you a job. Certification might get you an interview call and attention. Okay. Okay. Is a ML AI in ChatGPT data added in your data analyst course? You did data analyst course, Kiran, or data
So
scientist?
data scientist, sir.
Okay, so I can answer this. ML we have in data analyst course, CDA, certified data analyst, but we don't have a Python oriented ML. We have ML through the GUI tools, Azure Studio, Orange, for example. So in certified data analyst course in DataMites, there is no programming. There is a Python course at the end of the session, but that's just to give you a flavor of Python. The entire course runs no code. We don't have AI in sense, we don't have computer vision, we don't have NLP in certified data analyst. If you want to learn them, you have to join certified data scientist or AI engineer, which is even more comprehensive course. You get this information from the syllabus. Anyone, you can check that. Same question again. I already answered that. All right. I think we have completed all the question. Kiran,
Yes.
so the final message you want to give to all the aspirants, especially you also have a gap. You took a gap for a right reason. You want to become IAS, which is adding value to a country, because
Yeah.
country,
Yeah.
as we speak, is usually
Yeah.
run by IAS people, isn't it? So
So,
that's a very good mission. You tried very hard, and
yeah.
then you started becoming a data scientist. They have a career gap, right?
Yeah.
From that perspective, as well as whatever. So, can you give me a message? Can you give the message to the
Yeah.
learning community?
So, to all of the aspirants, all I have to say is don't go for like, don't see that you have a gap or you don't have any technical knowledge or anything like that. Because the company itself, who are into the data science or be it data analytics, they don't give any more importance to these things. Or I'll say they give more importance to things whether you have that required technical knowledge or not. So don't be bothered about whether you have a gap or you are from non-technical background. Even I have seen like people from the BA background have got the job in the data science. Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. So that's really a simple message and a powerful one.
Yes.
Usually people worry about a lot of things, right? I'm not from technical background. I have a gap, whatever it is. Fortunately, I don't know how it happened after COVID, after this COVID pandemic, employers, including ourselves, we are not really worried about the gap. If you could justify it, justification could be as simple. I mean, it doesn't always need to be a big family health issues, which many people come up with, right? Justification can be simply like, I was trying something else. I started a restaurant, it didn't work out. I tried for another career path, it didn't work out. I was trying to film, I want to get into film industry, it didn't work out. All of these are very valid justification, right? And in fact, someone who is very honest about what they were doing in that time, or maybe are just figuring out what to do, is a very good answer. I would probably hire those guys because what we value now is integrity. If you are honest, if you are straightforward, whatever you do, right? And then you say, you know what, then I got interested in data science, I studied, I did my internship, now I'm here.
Yeah.
The chances that you get hired will be very high. So be straightforward. Your gap, your non-technical background, or whatever your past doesn't matter. What matters your skill and your integrity and openness in working for these fields.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you very much, Kiran. As a last statement, as I always say, this is your stepping stone. This is a very fluid field. As I told you, I'm learning, upgrading myself. Though I don't have to really do technical nowadays, but I love to learn new things. So I'm learning RAG by myself. I learn new things coming up. So this is same for a CEO to a new beginner. This is a very fluid field. Anyone, maybe they are technical or non-technical, you are actually technical. So keep yourself updated with the knowledge. Spend at least an hour or two,
Yes.
uh, maybe weekly wise, maybe 4 hours a week or something to learn new things. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, thank you for attending. I hope this session is useful. I wish you all the best in your journey as